Let's go.
We can proceed.
Hey, we can just proceed. We'll get it in.
Okay.
I'll just do this while we start.
Oh, we're not doing an intro?
Yeah, but I was doing it.
Yeah.
Welcome again to another edition of D&D with the Jackasses. I'm gonna say something new every fucking time.
So he says.
So we're gonna go around the room and introduce ourselves.
Geo, the one who's gonna try to kill everyone.
Cyrus Gaming.
Zora 13.
Ahdontron.
Jai.
Abraxas.
And now we're gonna throw it over to the DM to see what kind of fuckery he has in store for us this evening.
Only a little bit, I promise.
The fuck was that?
You said fuckery.
Okay.
So you decide to dry hump the
So
pizza.
where we left off, you guys had just finished
Almost dying to a troll.
fight against a troll in the darkness. You guys got trolled. And unfortunately, that interrupted your full 8-hour rest period, so you're not going to get the benefits of a long rest at this point.
Would we at least have the benefits of the short rest?
Yeah, short rest for sure, yeah.
Cool.
So if you guys want to spend hit die to replenish hit points, anything that you get for a short rest, feel free to do that on your character.
How do I draw hit points for Torque?
Yeah, so it's D4 is his hit die. He has the same level as you, so he has 4 of them that you can roll. So you can roll 1 or 2 or 3 or all 4 for him.
3, okay. One again.
Damn.
I get 4 or 3?
4. You can roll all 4 if you
Come
want.
on, give me a 4, goddammit. 2.
Okay.
So that's sort of 5. She's going up.
And when you do a long rest, get half rounded down of your hit die back. The next long rest you do, Torque will get 2 of them back.
Okay.
Where do we determine our hit die?
It's based on your class. So fighter, I think you're a D10 or a D12.
Yeah, short rest, and then action and recovers. It gets put back up to its maximum.
And I believe I take no part in this because I just walked the hell off with my prize.
So this tree, you did just dip out.
Yeah, you did.
I said,
you grabbed
be
the weapon
war-
and left.
yes.
No, he grabbed the head.
No,
he grabbed the weapon.
I grabbed the weapon and left.
He was like, fuck this place, I'm going home.
I also told all of you idiots, look out for signs of trolls.
Now that you guys have kind of taken a breather and recuperated a little bit, the sun is just starting to peek over the horizon. You can't quite see it because there's a pretty large hill, maybe 30 feet high and maybe 100 feet long. That's just on, just right there in front of you, kind of blocking the direction you were heading. So, what do you guys want to do?
We're still trying to make our way to the city.
Yep.
We follow this guy. He took a sword. Weapon.
Hey, the guy that took the sword, is he in the direction of the city?
Why are you asking?
Why are you asking?
Because you're the one that knows where the city.
Oh, you were talking to me, I wasn't paying attention to you.
I can speak with the accent.
Please do.
By the way, the man that was just there.
Calm down.
Kermit the Frog?
What the fuck was that?
Let's not shame him.
I'm discovering
I don't
myself.
want to encourage people to roleplay, but
I'm discovering myself.
I think we're gonna get kicked off.
Kermit might work because that's like he's a
I'm
no.
going off character real quick. I think we're gonna get kicked off of YouTube for the voice I'm gonna do.
No, don't do it.
Wait, what?
Trying to use Kermit.
You gonna try to go sound like a llama?
So, what you guys doing?
I do believe that man
Changes
that,
every time.
that just left may be coming from the city. Do you know if he came from the city?
Yeah. How many money do you have? Oh
The intelligence level has just went to a whole new level.
no. Yes, it did.
Okay. Minus 300 experience.
Oh my god.
I forewarned.
Wait, you who? Please tell me this.
It was just him, don't worry. Say
Your Obama's not bad.
Okay. Yes. They've gone in that direction.
Alright, let's follow him.
I'm Batman.
So everyone's.
We're chasing after the guy that
Okay,
was
follow
walking
this
off the
guy.
sword. Yeah, we're chasing after him real quick.
He just took the sword, and I want it.
So you're going up the hill, and as soon as you get to the top, and your field of vision opens up because it's no longer obscuring, the first thing you see is off in the distance, maybe a mile or 2 out, not very far at all, is a very large city. This city makes the previous town you came from look like a shack. It is huge. 40-foot walls made of black stone, completely encircling the city. From the direction you're looking at it, you can see a very large gate where it looks like a few people from this distance are moving around. Anyone with really good vision can see that Every 10 feet or so, there are 2 archers posted at the top of this wall. A lot of fortification, a lot of defenses. You can't really see a lot of the buildings on the inside from the angle that you have, but you can see 2 very distinct buildings that kind of stand out. One is a completely white, like pearl-colored rectangular building, very large. Even from this distance, it must be huge. And right next to that, a very tall red conical-shaped building as well.
And this is like, so the wall, and then we can see that coming up.
You can
above
see
the wall?
those poking above the wall a little bit.
Can we see what species these people are?
From this distance, a mile with. No, I'm gonna say you can't see.
Hey, he said fuck your mother.
Why do you start fights with everyone? Every time.
They
Every
wouldn't
single
hear him. He's a
opportunity that you
mile
have.
away.
There's no reaction.
Do we see how far away are we from him?
He's maybe like 300 or 400 feet ahead of you. at this point.
100 feet already? Okay.
Right.
Is he walking like briskly?
I don't know.
Are you walking?
Oh, I'm
briskly?
just taking the sword and leisurely pace, but I left way before you guys decided this, so.
Yeah, so he's got a lead on you, but he's not running.
This sword is also kind of heavy.
If you give it to me, I can.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna jog up to him, I guess, and catch up.
Okay.
I'm also catching up to him because I want the weapon.
I'm taking my sweet ass time.
All right, you're hanging back.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Obama?
can fly up to him.
POTUS.
You said you're going up to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're jogging up. We're jogging.
I'll stay up with him.
Yeah.
I'm just casually walking.
So you guys are walking?
I'm jogging up to him like, hey,
Can we do like a brisk jog?
Yeah.
like, hey, buddy, with buddy guy.
Hey,
Who's calling me?
The only people fucking
The
running
only-
towards you.
the only elves. In this
I'm
city.
walking straight. I hear voices. That's all I see.
Right, but we're
Alright.
the only elves around you.
You don't know what's around.
I don't
Why'd
know.
you show up and dip out? What's the sword?
What? Oh, it's you idiots from before. I told you the reason why I showed up and left. That troll has killed many adventurers and innocent. I went to kill it, and I'm taking his sword as my prize.
Yeah, but you didn't.
You
kill
didn't
it.
do the job.
We killed
It don't matter how the job got
Technically,
done.
none of you did.
I killed it, first off.
It don't matter how the job got done. I still gotta report this to the guild boss to show that it's dead.
Yeah, but I don't know if you should only get the credit.
How
I
much
mean,
was
if you
it?
guys come with me, I guess we can all share the credit. I mean, it's not much gold that was worth for this.
How much gold was it worth?
I believe the last I checked, it was 10. So not much.
By the way, what city are we walking up towards? What's the name of this place?
Oh, truth, I really don't pay attention to names of cities because I don't know how to read that well. So,
He's a dumb.
But you saw the sign?
oh, I saw the sign because that's a giant picture of a fucking troll. I know what a troll looks like. And I continue to walk away from it.
Okay.
I mean, we're still keeping up with you.
I'm just taking
You
my
going
sweet
by?
ass time.
No, I don't need a weapon.
Alright.
All right. So you guys are done with your conversation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you,
Oh,
While they're doing all this, I'm just.
Never heard a barbarian whisper. or
So
whistle that much.
you guys are kind of pretty much grouped up and like trailing behind, taking his time, about maybe 20 feet behind you is Altair. The rest of the walk kind of goes in silence. It's a mile, so it only takes you like 15, 20 minutes. By the time you get closer, you can hear that there's a lot of activity on the inside of the walls, and you get a much closer look at the gate. Near the gate, stationed at each end of it, are about 15 guards on each side, just kind of keeping an eye on everything. There's not a lot of people on the outside. There's actually just 2 people that you see talking to an old man inside of a little shack that's right next to the gate. The gate itself is huge. It's a huge portcullis that you have to be a giant in order to lift it up.
Don't do anything.
As you get closer, one of the guards notices you and, quickly trots out to greet you.
Alright, Giggles, what the fuck are you doing?
Don't worry about me.
I've never heard you giggle like a
Give me the
girl.
trick, you shut the fuck in. I want to start right now.
So the guards walking up?
One guard walks up to you guys. It's a human. He gets a little bit closer. You can see he's a human. He looks at all of you and says, "Are you travelers?
Yes.
Are you looking for safe passage into the city?"
We're looking for people from Carlight, if anyone's come through.
Carlight. Is that another town?
Yeah, it got sort of burned up.
I just met these people.
I walked to the other guard and let them know, hey, I'm with the guild. I'm here to.
We are technically
For the
with
quest.
that man over there.
I don't know. I
we
met these people get attacked by that troll.
We did
We're
assist
going
with
to
killing
make
troll.
this very easy. If you're looking for passage into the city, you need to talk to Master Nori over there. And he points to the old man that's talking to the two people standing in front of him.
I immediately head in that direction.
Okay,
We're on
perfect.
top of the
He and the
conversation.
guard walks behind you guys and escorts you over there.
I'm gonna bend down to tie my boot and cast fog.
Why are you doing this?
He's gonna try to attack me.
Why are
No,
both
I'm-
of you
I'm
this
gonna
way?
try and sneak in without having to give any
Why are you
information.
You're a drow.
I do not know
Gas
these
box.
people. They were
What are
attacked
the
by the
details of fog?
troll that I
You're
was
a
on the
drow
quest to
amongst
kill.
humans. You have ashy gray skin amongst humans.
Range area is 120 feet by 20 feet. Concentration up to 1 hour. You create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads around corners and its area is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed at less 10 miles per hour disperses it.
The moment you cast this,
Okay.
I sit down on the ground.
So as soon as that happens, instead of hearing cries of panic or anything along those lines, all you hear is a very clear shout from the guard behind you. Close the gates! And then someone flips some sort of lever just on the other side of you.
Dip in.
And
Just bolt.
you can. There was already a gate in front of you. Yeah.
You stupid son of a bitch.
So now a steel door comes and
Your intelligence
slams.
levels aren't too high, are they?
No.
It slams down and blocks off any means of even trying to slip through at all. At this point, you can't see anything because it's heavily obscured, but you can hear all of those 30 guards now, or the other 29, I should say. Sounds like they're kind of lining up into formation.
I sneeze and disperse it.
Okay. All right. So as soon as it clears,
The moment he does, I'm a good 20 feet away from this.
Where am I in relation to this?
well, you said you were.
I was with the other guard.
You were probably talking to one of the other guards at
Okay,
that
so
point.
I'm safe by
At
this.
this point, I'm just pointing at him.
Who gets suspicious of fog? Just
It came out of nowhere.
fog comes out of nowhere.
No,
No, it doesn't.
It's a sunny day. There's no reason for fog at all.
It's the morning, the morning dew and fog.
I
No, he said
I
it's
look
the
back
middle
at
of the
this-
day.
in
this
the middle of a
argument
sunny ass
happening.
day, and just
And
random
be
fog
like-
appears. Nah.
I guess I should
So,
let them die.
All of the
Not
soldiers
sure.
at this point are, they have their spears kind of leveled and pointing in the direction of all of you.
Fantastic.
You
Couple-
guys passed.
a
I was
couple-
saying how good your reaction was. You guys are great. Very
I
fortified,
don't
very
know these
organized. I love it. I feel very safe.
There's no reaction from any of them. In fact, two of them
They're pissed.
now take their spears and kind of poke him in the side and force him to
Ow.
get into a group with you.
Fantastic.
Fuck.
You're a
Hey,
part of this.
hey, best friend.
God damn it.
I'm
You
screwed.
rolled a 1 again.
Stop
I
rolling.
shouldn't have.
Stop prematurely rolling.
Don't believe my act.
No.
It happens sometimes. Sometimes you just get going and you can't hold it.
He just starts rolling and then
Wait,
he gets
believe
just
your
like,
act, what do you
shit.
mean?
I was trying to be like, ha.
This was all in that.
It was a test.
Yeah.
Like I was testing them.
I was
Oh.
joking, guys.
Okay. Roll deception.
That would be 11.
We're gonna go with the original comment I had earlier, is that they heard you, they looked in your direction, but they weren't really paying attention, they weren't paying any
They don't
mind to
care.
it.
I don't care, you fucked up.
Now at this
I
point,
don't know.
the one guard who
Welcome
was
to the group.
behind you now kind of steps around in front of you with the rest of the soldiers in the city at his back, and he kind of has his hands on his hips like this, and he's surveying, kind of appraising you, looking at each and every single one of you in a very weighing, judging sort of manner.
I stand there and mimic him, but completely staring the same direction he was.
This has happened way too many times, sir.
Who's responsible for this dark magic?
You have to lie again.
I look at them, the guards, and
Both of
point
you
to
roll
this one.
deception.
I point to this one. Do I roll deception as well? Because I point
Yeah.
at this one.
No.
Wait, who are you pointing at?
This
Same
one.
fucking shit. 11.
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
11.
Okay.
Still, what am I stashed though?
I'm gonna roll persuasion. I'm like, it was not I, sir.
Okay.
It was not I. You got a 6.
Don't worry, I rolled to try to help
Minus-
you too.
-1, you got a 5.
I got a 12 plus. I got a 14.
14?
Yep.
Alright.
11
So-
and a 5.
Unfortunately, I'm not getting the feeling I'm getting the truth from anyone here. We have a couple of options ahead of us. Interrogation or the guilty party confesses.
Fine, I did it, but the sun was hurting my eyes. I tried to make some fog so it wouldn't be as strict.
In his
My-
defense,
my-
he is a half drow, so.
My
if the sun is
people are
up-
very.
We don't judge people here, Nail.
My people are sun sensitive, so
Are you
it was
familiar
bothering me
with
with
that?
it coming straight down.
Yeah.
My apologies.
We have a few drow in the city.
Yeah, so in his defense, that was just something that he does. It's happened way too many times, and I do apologize for the frustration and the concern that it created.
Do you have drow hating ghosts?
We don't have any ghosts that I know of.
Sweet.
But unfortunately, this is something.
Alright,
I'm not
fast.
doing right.
Shush. As you can tell, he's not very smart.
I still don't even know these people. I just was trying to kill the troll and they were getting
Bro, you
attacked by
came to
it.
my cousin's wedding. What do you mean you don't know us?
I really feel like I should have just left the troll to kill this one specifically.
It wouldn't have worked.
17.
Damn, I got a 10.
A 10?
Yeah, just a flat 10.
Okay. That's a cruel thing to diss your cousin like that.
Right?
I swear I really don't know these people.
Still
My
on the
registration
cold
with the guild hall is literally on the other side of that wall.
What are your intentions?
To be honest, we're just really trying to find some shelter. The last town that we were in, unfortunately, got burned down. We're looking for survivors from that as well. We really just want some safe passage, honestly. Recuperate a little bit, get a good rest, refill our rations.
We don't make a habit of turning people away here in Iowa, so we will grant you passage. But the condition on this
We're gonna fail.
is, in addition to the information that Master Nori is going to provide to you, you will have an escort with you at all times.
Super.
Good job.
Wait, what kind of escort?
Is it a female kind? Cause we can
5
work
of my best guards.
that. Are they male or female?
It's a mix.
Woo!
As to who actually gets assigned to you, that's to be determined by me.
Okay. That's perfectly fine.
You a couple gold coins.
What's your-
So, I will make a rule here, in addition again to what Master Nori says. No trickery, no more subterfuge, no magic inside the city walls.
Question.
If you raise trouble, trouble will find you.
Question.
Heard
I
that?
had a question.
I can't do magic.
How is your policy on public indecency?
This is a very good one. We get drunk a lot.
Is it just in the slums? Or is it-
Wink, wink, hush, hush.
If you're not forcing yourself on someone, it's really not an issue.
If we pay them,
You walk
and
around.
they say we forcing ourselves on them, what is the rules of it?
I'm not with this.
That's
You'll stand trial with the Duke.
But if
What's
I
going on?
paid,
You'll stand trial with the Duke.
at least can I get
If
a
there's
receipt?
a dispute between two individuals,
Can I get a receipt?
all of those cases go to the Duke.
I'm just walking around butt naked.
I understand that you don't like magic in the city, which is perfectly understandable, but
No. Magic in the city is permitted for
Okay.
most of our residents.
Okay.
You 5, however,
Oh,
have that restriction on you.
Right. So okay, that I understand. Unfortunately, my party consists of my friends are really stupid. If one of them
we
does
understand what you
something
do.
that clearly needs to be like
You're
disguised or
The bag
anything,
that this one's back.
if I get the permission from your guards to help stop them from doing something stupid by using magic with that Duke.
Are you saying that if a situation were to come up where one of your
Indecent
stupid friends
Yeah. Yeah.
were to
Do something.
try to start something,
Not necessarily.
you're
start
asking if you
something,
need
but
permission to stop them?
using magic.
What he means to say, if there is only the way of the magic to keep us in check, is he okay to use that magic to keep the order in
If
line?
the glove does a fit, you must acquit.
This may not be permanent, but magic in all forms from U5 is prohibited.
Okay.
I'm okay with this. I have no
Glad
magic.
I don't. I'm glad I don't.
We
do
have yet
magic.
another question, yes.
Can I use magic to talk to my pet here? Show him torque, like how we communicate.
If that's the only way you communicate, then I strongly urge you to share any urgent messages now before you step inside.
Damn.
I've used up my spells.
That is not my problem. Are there any
Same
other
question.
mundane superficial
I hold,
questions.
yes, I hold a dagger to this one's back and tell you to put your fucking hand down.
He's
before
He's
I
throwing a
cut
dagger
it
to my
off.
back. He's throwing a dagger to my back.
He will take
Question,
He will
though.
take it.
Second question. If I come outside the walls, can I then speak with her and then go back inside the walls?
Yes.
Then sweet.
At this point, he kind of pinches his nose. Yes.
Where's your closest whorehouse?
We don't have whorehouses.
He just said they have escorts. Jeez.
They're not that type of
Fucking A. Okay, where's your closest bar?
I feel like our whole
There
teammate
are-
just came back.
There are 3 inns that serve alcoholic beverages.
super.
And in
Whether you-
any of these bars.
Whether you qualify to actually stay in any of them is going to be determined by your conversation with Master Nori. So the questions will stop and you will step over there with him now.
Why are you getting mad
I
at our
walk over to
questions?
the master.
I will join this man I do not know.
Alright. I start walking over the old guy.
Okay.
One last question.
No.
This one. Search.
Ooh, is it a heavy search?
4 guards come over. 2 of them level spears at you.
Hey. If you don't lube it, don't point it.
He has a
The
magic orb in his
spears
butt.
are not like actually stabbing you, but there's enough pressure to where you can feel it.
Again, I say, if you don't lube it, don't touch it.
They are confiscating your weapons as well.
So, I got a great sword, hand axe. I have 2 of them. A Morningstar, a Trident, and that's it.
They confiscate your weapons, and at this point, the one who's in charge that you were speaking to says you may get those back if you continue to behave.
I was gonna ask that, but thank you. See, love.
Thank you.
Right.
And he just kind of crosses his arms and watches you guys walking away.
You have a great day.
Alright, so at this point, as you're approaching what can only be described as like a clerk's shack, the 2 people that he's speaking to finish their conversation with him. They turn around and go to the guards, who then give the signal to the couple of soldiers at the top, some of the archers.
Can I see what signal they give?
Yes, they're basically doing this.
And you see the archers go,
Nope.
Are they crossbows?
What happens is a few seconds later you hear a loud like something kind of breaking loose, and then the steel plate gate that kind of slams shut starts to open up, and it comes up about 10 feet off the ground. A few seconds after that you hear another like something kind of breaking loose a little bit, and then the portcullis itself also slides up 10 feet. It's completely wide open now, and those 2 that were speaking to the clerk walk inside. As soon as they pass, a few seconds later, you hear the portcullis
What do
slide
those
back
2
down
look
in
like?
place. Huh?
What do those 2 people look like?
Random travelers. They look very dusty, like they've been on the road for a long time. Very skinny, like they hadn't eaten
Do
really
they
well.
look like they were people I may have seen in Carlisle before?
It was hard to tell. You didn't really get a good look at their faces. Not to mention their faces were covered with a lot of dirt and dust.
I'm gonna go ahead and check notes. Right, so we're talking to the old man now.
Well, you're not quite yet talking to him. As you approach, he's not looking at you, and he's writing something in his notebook.
Alright, the guard said I would take a test. Is it multiple choice?
I love.
And he's got spectacles, and he kind of looks at you over them, and then starts assessing the rest of the group. Oh, God. All right.
Hold on. Sweet.
Single file, first one step forward, please.
Yes.
I go first.
That was me. I walked over to the front.
Rochambeau.
Fuck all of you.
If there's a dispute, you guys roll it out with a d20. Highest number gets to go first.
Come on, Jesus, we're 17.
5, 10.
Nah,
It's a natural
it's a
17.
6.
Fuck 9.
17, naturally.
Yes, first one step forward.
I was
Name?
trying to take a test.
Name?
Malbone.
Surname.
I don't have one.
Alright, family.
Dead. This questionnaire is very dark. Dark's family. This is dark.
It's called inbreeding.
Is that correct?
To your knowledge, yes.
We're gonna pretend you said yes.
No.
Why are you doing
No.
that? You're so
I
sad.
crossed.
No.
I crossed my hand and started just.
That's not how you play this
Okay,
game.
alright.
Never progress.
That is not how you play this game. He said it.
Is that name?
I mean, do you know if it's straight?
I'm asking you.
Yes.
Alright.
Stop sabotaging yourself.
Just gonna put a star next to your name here.
Is that a gold star?
Uh,
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna tell my friends. I got a star.
what's your business?
Good job.
Looking for supplies, possible refugees from Cardlight, and pleasure.
Special skills, occupation.
Ranger extraordinaire. Extreme loot player, may have heard of me. Can track. I can cook things. I can make fog clouds. I'm sure you saw my work.
Oh yes, we all saw your
The
display.
sun was hurting my eyes, you know. And I'm good at other things, but I don't know if that's things you want to know now.
My final question: are you looking for a pass to go through, or are you planning on staying? Or
Staying for part of time for a little bit.
will you be applying for citizenship?
I don't know. I don't think that far ahead. But do you guys have like people that teach things here?
Well, we have colleges. We have the Mages College. We have the barracks where fighting techniques are taught.
Okay. But yeah.
So one of the main things here in Aola is we are a society where we're
Question. What was his name?
what?
What was the city name?
Aola.
Aola.
Mm,
Aola. Okay.
Like
Aola.
aioli.
It's named after Mayo.
EOLA, not aioli. We're very much a society where we contribute. So if you're gonna stay here, you have to contribute. If you're not planning on applying for citizenship, then you can only stay a couple days.
Yeah, we should probably apply
How
for
long does
citizenship.
citizen?
How much does it cost?
Are we planning on being citizens? We gotta apply for citizenship. We want to stay more than a few days.
Okay,
I
real
think so,
quick.
yes, but how much does it cost?
How much does it cost?
Complete a contract for the commissions board, and that's it.
Is that what you were doing?
How much is a contract for a commission's board?
How are you
Contract for the
citizen?
commissions board requires you to do whatever job they need done doing.
Sure, we'll apply for citizenship. So yes.
All right, next step forward.
I
Step
go.
forward.
Wait,
You were in the back of the fucking line. I don't want to
We
hear that
didn't
shit.
roll for order.
Yes, we did.
No, we
No,
rolled
just to see
to
who went
go
first.
first.
Okay, so then we're
Son
gonna
of a
roll to
bitch.
see who goes second. And
For order?
I got a 20.
the order starts from here
Fuck.
as well.
You got an 8.
I'm not throwing them. I'm done.
6.
So-
I'm still last.
I'm still.
I rolled a net 20.
All right.
Yeah.
Step forward.
Hi, buddy.
Name,
Altair.
surname.
Your mother.
I'm gonna start signaling the cards on the thing.
Ask my dad. He's the one that named me.
Your last name. Your
Your
mother.
mother.
What's your business?
You know, looking for a horse.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but we don't have a horse here.
What's my last name?
No, what your mother said.
Your mother.
What she said?
Occupation, special skills.
Give an 8.
I'm just gonna put you down for labor.
Hey.
Alright, and I'm assuming you're gonna try and apply for citizenship as well?
Yes, but what do I have to do?
You gotta work.
You complete a contract for the missions.
I'm just hitting the grass at this point.
Alright, next, step forward, step forward.
ask me any other questions.
Yeah, because you got
chef.
Hello, good sir.
I try not to waste time with smart answers.
You right.
Yes, name?
Ahdontron.
He's
Step
a werebear.
aside,
He's
step
a
aside.
werebear.
No one cares
No one
right now.
believes what you're saying.
He's a werebear.
Name,
Ahdontron.
The werebear.
surname?
Werebear.
The gnome. I don't have a clan, so I have no name.
Alright, special skills, occupation.
When the moon is out.
I am very well versed with. I'm a history major and specializing in religion, and I do have some special skills in medicine as well as a little bit of acrobatic skills. So I'm a martial art monk.
He's also good with bulls.
He likes their milk.
And what's your business coming up?
I'm visiting to seek out some companions that may have come here.
We
for
don't
a
have any gay whorehouses either. What is with you?
No, not those kind of companions. Do not let the people that came before me.
I was.
You wasn't cool boys with me, old man.
It's actually people that we know that were survivors from an attack, and so we're looking for friends.
Oh,
His gay friends.
and I'm assuming you're gonna apply for citizenship as well.
If need be for that time, I will take that.
Alright, next step forward. Come on, let's go.
Hello, Master. It is well to see you again.
Oh, yes, Ezio,
Yes.
yes.
I've returned from my quest that the guild gave to slay the troll in the mountains that has been going rampant.
Oh,
These are the people that I stumble upon being attacked by them, and I now regret saving half of them, but it had to be done. As you
one
can
can
see.
only wonder why.
I know.
That's the little one gave him gay loving.
We'll get you in just a minute.
Thank you.
I start signaling the guards
Last
again.
one, step forward, please.
That's me.
Alright, name,
Hey, Shem.
surname,
Don't have one.
clan, family.
Just these guys.
We should just start our own surname.
Awesome. Alright.
Someone has to be the same one.
You're the
business.
same one?
I'm sorry?
What's your business?
Same as really, well, actually not the same as the other. Food, rations, supplies,
And special skills, occupation, ability?
fighting, magic as well, unfortunately, since we can't use that. But that's there, so.
Well, Captain Torn's a bit of a hard ass, but there's, there may not be permanent, just don't
How hard is his ass?
be worried.
May not be
We're gonna fight unleash and citizenship.
Yes.
Okay, so he reaches behind him and there's a big wicker basket full of some strips of leather. It's kind of hard to make out. He grabs a few things and he hands it to you. He says, go ahead and pass those out to the others. And what he's passing out is some thin strips of cord that have a little pouch or badge kind of, hanging. It looks like basically like a leather necklace kind of. And correct, yes. All right, so these are your admissions badges, right? If you apply for citizenship, then you'll get something a little more permanent, right? At this point, you're going to be escorted to the commission's office since you're interested in applying for citizenship. They'll give you basically a list of the contracts we have available and go over the options with you, what you like to do.
Cool.
All right, any other questions? for me?
Yes.
Where's the bar?
There's 3 inns. Let me see. I got a list around here somewhere. So he's rummaging around. He comes up. All right. Sorry about that. So we have 3 inns. There's the Silver Spoon, the White Swallow, and the Groggy Toad.
Well, he will stay at the White Swallow because he swallows. And I'll stay in one of the other ones.
Side note, you don't know about the past.
I mean, you've
Temporary
talked about it.
We have not talked
Yes,
about
you
it.
have. Yes,
Hey,
you have.
quiet.
As temporary citizens here, is it like, do we have to pay to stay in these inns, or is it just?
You won't actually be able to buy anything
Right.
or rent anything
Right.
or rent out a room until you're an actual citizen.
Okay.
So we gotta live on the street.
Question.
So otherwise, you can stay in the general housing
Uh-huh.
board, but you won't have options there. Yes.
So we can't even buy anything? Like I can't go and buy just whatever I wanted to buy?
Our community is very dependent upon each other, right?
But it's
So unless you're contributing to that, you're not going to
Contributing.
benefit.
So if we're,
money.
so if we're registered for a contract, in order to become citizens, then shouldn't we be able to buy supplies to prepare for that
Not
contract?
unless you complete it.
So we have to complete the contract first.
With the supplies that you have now.
Okay.
If I may ask, if I was just visiting and as a tourist, I still wouldn't be able to buy because of your policy
Correct.
of your city.
Or is it because?
But look, Tom's a tough right now, right? So we've got a lot going on.
What do you mean, if you don't mind me
Yes,
asking?
don't mind us.
I hesitate to say because for a couple of reasons, it's not really your business yet, right?
Rude.
Well, I'm just being honest with you, right? I could lie. I could be like this one here and just spout nonsense out my mouth, but I'm not going to do that, okay?
That's really
Please.
kinky, old man.
Hey,
I like where you're going with this.
basically, what we're trying to foster here is a community that sticks together. We kind of have to. There's a lot going on right now. I can't really get into details.
We can't go to the White
Can you
Swallow
signal
But
these guys?
perhaps the commission's board we might be able to explain it a little bit better.
Okay, that's perfectly
I
fine.
respect your candor.
Can you send these guys? Mom's getting tired. They keep
Oh,
ignoring
yeah,
me.
and then at this point, you hear clank,
See that?
portcullis comes up,
Can I get my weapons back?
No.
you guys are walking in, there's 5 guards escorting you, they're behind you, 2 of them are holding onto your weapons.
Who's assigned to me?
Wait, you guys
Well, it's not, they're not assigned,
You said.
He said they were gonna be assigned.
Yeah,
Assigned to us.
head guard said that we were getting.
Yeah.
5 guards are assigned to you as a group,
Oh.
not to each one individually.
That's not fun.
At
Can
this
I-
point, I should be now remembered, like I do
Nope.
live in the city and all that. So
Nope.
do I still
He
get
is a citizen.
Well, you came in with them, so they're still keeping an eye.
And they heard that you went to my cousin's wedding, so.
Yeah, your family.
I thought you had.
I should have looked at this one. If he does that again, I'm just gonna stab him.
I walk up to the guards and like, are they all guys, by the way?
There's one lady,
Wait.
she's a female tiefling.
Well, hey,
No, Tiffany.
Damn it.
I don't discriminate as a monkey. Stab.
Alright. So,
The path
I go up
of
to
death.
introduce myself, and I do appreciate every one of you joining us today and being our God.
He's really taking
Now,
Yeah.
He's really
was
taking
French.
this Obama thing.
thank you,
to
sir,
heart.
and thank you,
He started the campaign French.
Matt.
I walk up to this little thing that I see, grab him by his neck, or more by his collar, and start dragging him into the city because I'm like, I'm not dealing with any more trouble of you guys.
Can I counter that?
You counter what?
He tries to grab me by the scruff of my neck.
Just to get him in the city. I tell the guards, I'm sorry.
So he's pulling you and you want to resist it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like
I want to go into like a counter.
athletics versus acrobatics.
Jackass.
19.
Nat 20, plus 4.
Damn. Very well.
I start dragging him into the city and let the guards know I'm sorry for this group. They will hopefully be leaving soon.
I was only being polite.
This is the female tiefling speaking up. As long as you're making your way to the commission's office.
Hey, baby.
They will
Yes.
be. I'm heading to the guild hall.
Well, technically, we're all heading to the guild hall because we can't buy anything until we do
No,
the
we have to go to
contract.
the
No, we have to go to the
turn in his
commission.
contract.
Wait, 1 second.
We have to go to the
We
commission
still have to go
first.
to the commission
Right.
because of our situation.
We have to
But
get it.
I'm gonna ask the DM this. I'm out of character. Can I?
We can tell you ain't
No.
doing the voice.
Because of the tiefling thing. Can I like check the like perception or and just to see if there's any signs of like?
I mean, your
Okay.
Harry Potter scars.
Is it perception or? is it perception or insight?
Oh, sorry.
I still have the scar.
Is it burning?
That's what I'm checking. That's what I'm checking right now.
You would know.
have two scars now.
I was supposed to know last time.
Alright. Technically, he should have 2 scars now because she stabbed him against
This is true.
You got double the scars, you jackass.
Was it, I can't remember. Was it the same night? All right.
Jesus.
Insight or perception?
You're trying. Are you actually trying to look, gauge her physically if she looks like it?
No, because physically it did not work last time. So like.
He's racist.
Yeah,
and
it's
all
like-
tieflings are the same. So.
Those are walking.
It's 11.
11? Okay. So you're doing your best to kind of keep an eye on this tiefling female guard who's behind you. It's a little difficult since you're walking. You keep having to look back. She kind of looks at you funny, like, "What the hell are you doing?"
He's
You
not
don't
walking.
really
He's being
notice-
dragged right now.
You don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. Yeah, it's true.
As I'm dragging, it's like.
But
Okay.
nothing gives you any warning or anything. Nothing seems out of miss on that 11.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, space is best beside you.
I throw him in the mission hall and start heading to the guild hall.
I grab him, his belt. Nope. Come with us.
You gotta roll.
Yeah, then the guards kind of like, kind of nod their head a little bit, like, yeah, it's kind of how it has to go right now.
Yeah.
So do I get advantage?
No.
No?
There's no
Well,
point.
if he's contesting it.
Oh.
Oh,
I am contesting it. I'd like to get this contract over with.
come with us.
And that'd be athletics for me.
Yeah, you're trying to fire him off, yeah.
What am I doing?
You're trying to pull him, so that's athletics versus athletics.
Oh, okay. 2 plus 6, baby. Beat it.
17 plus 4.
Alright, so you go to grab him, you weren't quick enough, and he very quickly, kind of like bats your hand away, you don't even get a good grab on him. You start to make your way.
Can I explain how I actually do this while he tries to go for my belt?
No, because you only get a couple of steps
Damn it.
before 2 of the guards step around in front of you and point back to the rest of the group, like, no, you're staying with them.
And I look at the guards and apologize again. Very sorry.
And I'm talking to baby. How you doing?
At this point, you guys hear a bard off in the distance strumming.
Well, that's actually good.
What's he strumming?
Vinyl, I think.
What about the loop? Stare him down.
Why are you trying to do
Nah.
so much? We're this close to getting kicked out.
I sit on one of the nearby chairs and just wait for them to finish their commission.
John Rowe.
You're in the commission zone.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Don't. Don't.
No.
Do not.
what are you rolling for?
Do
I'm
not.
gonna kick the loot out of his hand.
Oh, you're kicking at the loop?
Yeah.
Alright, so that would be acrobatics to dodge out of the way.
Acrobatics. Okay.
I'm just on the chair.
19.
20.
Plus what?
What am I doing?
Oh wait, you know yours is
not advised.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Oh.
All right, roll a d4.
Four. Loot.
So he ends up kicking it. It pops out of your hand. You bobble it, try to catch it, and it ends up landing on the pavement in just the right/wrong way, and ends up kind of cracking and falling apart.
Damn, you broke it.
Fuck you, Andy.
So first,
I look at the guards. Get him.
Everyone
Injustice!
start moving now.
I demand justice.
You don't live here.
No more interruptions or distractions.
I pick up the loot and I walk with it. Slowly, just it's okay.
Are you still grabbing me?
No, I already
No.
shoved you in there and tried to
Right,
leave.
if
I'm now
you-
sitting on a chair waiting for you guys to finish your commission.
If it ever
I
happens.
guess we go in and do commissions.
Who is the man or woman that we need to speak with?
Well, assuming we don't have any more distractions, you guys finally approach the commission's office, which is, it's just the size of like a normal, like what you would think of like a 3-bedroom house. It's not very large. You walk in, there are no extra rooms there. It's just basically, a couple of rows of people standing in line, and at the end of it, some clerks on the other end who have a big, like bulletin board behind them filled with all sorts of papers. It's a little hard to make out from where you are. So yeah, you guys are, I'm assuming, gonna go ahead and hop in line and wait.
Does it make a difference which line?
Me and him
Already
talking.
jumped in line.
They're moving pretty quick. The line's moving pretty
Before,
quick.
I've already,
before I
before
go
they even
in,
decide,
me
I'm
and
already
him
in line.
talking our language.
What language?
I'm already in line. Don't.
The language of our people.
Which is, what do you mean, yo people?
Well,
Don't worry about that.
it might matter because if someone else speaks that language.
They don't.
Someone else in the crowd might.
I'm gonna join you in line.
He's not in line.
I moved into line.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
a
saying
boy.
I'm joining him in line.
All right. Does anyone speak Celestial?
Oh, that's what
Okay,
I
so
thought
you're
it was.
welcome to go ahead and speak.
I'm listening.
None of you speak our language.
He does.
I speak Celestial, fool.
Okay?
You saying that in Celestial?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, you got weed in your place.
I just feel that way.
Fuck. Did you know where I could buy some?
He didn't say no.
It's very true.
I just shoot a middle finger at him.
Guard, he's being rude.
The guards don't like you already.
Can I use?
I get in line.
Before the guards even look, I put back.
Did any of the guards kind of acknowledge that they understood the conversation happening?
No.
What's our point in line?
At this point, there's only one more person ahead of you guys.
Super.
Yay!
We're waiting.
So they're finished. They
Thank you.
gather their documents, they step to the side and go towards the exit to leave.
I'm gonna let the business savvy man take point on this one.
Alright,
But I'm
and,
gonna be over short like this. I'm just
alright, so what you see is a dragonborn male, that's the clerk behind the counter basically, who looks at you and says in a gruff voice, alright, come forward.
What color is it?
Black.
So, no.
He's a black dragonborn.
Okay, so we were sent over here to get a contract so that we can apply for
Citizenship, yes. Okay. Let me just.
You finish your sentence, you guys must be soulmates.
Wait, are we in?
Are we looking for like a cleanup crew or
I know.
extermination?
Clean up crew of what, like actually
harvesting?
cleaning? Or
You said extermination.
Well, yeah, we do have a few vermin in our sewers that need to be taken care of.
What kind of vermin?
He kind of looks around a little bit to see, make sure no one else is like listening too intently, and he kind of leans forward and is like, all right, so I'm gonna work with you. There are a few creatures. We haven't really gotten good reports, but
We'll
we
take
really
that
don't
one.
want to send any of our guards down.
What are some of the other
We'll take that
To
one.
be honest.
Jim, down.
say clean up,
There's been
extermination.
a few deaths. It's nothing too alarming. It's happened over the space of like, a couple of months. The last two, however, were a little bit closer, like almost like a week apart.
We'll do that one.
I mean, that right there would probably get you a bit of gold in addition to your contract.
So,
He does not speak for us, but keep going.
So you say clean up, extermination, what else is there? Just
There's a harvesting job we have as well.
like
Harvesting.
farming?
Like Like
We have some
farm?
farmland, maybe a couple of miles north of the city,
Skip,
on the other
what's
side of the river.
I really want to do some farm work.
No, we're just
Shush,
listening
that's
to
what
the
I said,
ads.
You already said the perfect one.
We're actually
There
just
might
going
be
through the roster.
another better one.
We don't have supplies.
I have supplies.
I mean, I have supplies, but
My weapons are still with the guard, so I'm good if we go with that one.
We also have,
I'm okay if you die in action, but I'm just saying.
so we've had a few military incursions. A lot of our soldiers are occupied with our main combatant, Belzier. He's been attacking the city a lot. What we really need is a couple of, or a few, I guess maybe 5 or maybe envoys to kind of go check on some of the wood elves that are a little bit west of us. And just basically make sure that they're setting up proper defenses, make sure that they're,
Nah, I'm good. Pass.
And I'm sorry, this guy that, what was his name? The guy that's been attacking the city?
Belzier.
Belzier.
Belzier?
He's been doing this for a while.
Yeah, I would say, like, it's the main reason we got the walls up as quick as we could.
Is he also human?
He's a dragonborn like myself. Well, not like myself,
Is he your cousin?
he's not.
Not all dragonborns are related.
I was just asking.
Yes, that's racist.
A little bit.
I wish one while we're inside the building, are we?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Beyond what one says.
Yeah, I want to be wood elves.
No.
Let's go.
We get to leave the city.
It's off.
We just got
off the
here.
premises of the city, correct?
We get to use
We
magic.
just got. All you're concerned is to use magic.
It's a few miles west of the city, yeah.
A few miles west of the city.
We're not under the restrictions of the city. So so as much as you guys tend to blow things up, it wouldn't be within the confines of a place that already doesn't like us. You get your weapons back. We get to use our.
I'll get my weapons back if I do the contract.
Magic, what?
Nothing.
He's not allowed to use magic.
Not to your knowledge, he
He's
does.
a dragonborn. Calm down.
He's not allowed to use magic in the city.
We're restricted because.
Well, there definitely would be an exception for that. If you're going to the sewers, we're not gonna expect you.
You can use your magic.
Yeah, these guys tend to
But-
blow things up.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. What you guys want to do?
Alright, show of
Doesn't
hands.
stop
Who
it
wants to
from
do the
blowing
sewers?
something up. That just means that he has a less likely
Wait,
chance of doing that.
Does the elves also pay as well as the sewers?
80 silver for the envoy mission.
In comparison to
And
the extermination.
Ezio! Hey! You finished the troll contract?
Yeah, I'm trying to go turn it in, but
I'll do it for you. I'll take it.
you sure?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were there with him.
What was
No,
it? 15
we're not.
gold?
Yes.
The troll contact.
And I also have the weapon of the sword.
Whoa.
Oh.
Time out.
Oh wait, but
Wow.
what?
You said 3.
He said 10 before.
No, he said 3.
I said
I
10.
said 10 gold.
Where the other 5 come from?
You actually did say.
Anyways, time out. So we were there with him as well. We actually have collected its head. Is that worth more than the sword? That's physical proof that it died. He just could have been proven that the weapon.
Well, the
dropped
sword-
weapon.
This is true. Can we turn this in?
Actually, yeah, we'll keep that.
Can we?
I give the sword over.
Okay. Yeah, he just basically takes it, kind of sets it to the side, where it looks like there's some other, I'm not going to say trophies, but like some other things that were gathered from some other potential similar issues.
Yes.
Like it may be like a limb of some kind of creature you can't quite make out very,
Yeah.
very arm.
I more saved them from the troll. They were getting basically attacked by it after
Okay, so we
multiple
He
warnings.
didn't
just, we
say
just
shit.
met, and you're lying.
He
And
walked into our campsite as we were fighting. He didn't do shit.
He gets stabbed a little bit.
You guys do this a lot, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
You see, I'm just quiet in the background.
Yeah, so anyways, let me take a look at what the, what we're
Since
paying for
technically
that.
he finished it, let's just play along.
No.
Okay.
Shut up.
No.
So,
Couldn't that work as a contract for all of us?
we're
No,
paying
we're trying to figure it out.
10 gold for the sewer, and it also comes with a 5% discount in our
A discount?
market.
Sewers.
Sewers.
Sewers for sure.
Sewers definitely. We didn't know that part. You're gonna dive in and just
10 gold plus
You're-
a
you're
5%
acting
discount.
like
I was thinking of the 80.
Sewers it is. Where can we enter the sewers?
Yes,
In the
we're gonna-
haziest spot?
Can we take a break
And he
first?
kind of gestures
No,
to
we're
the
not
guards behind
We
you.
can go to the main
No, we
living
can't.
quarters.
No, we can't.
Oh, the living quarters.
He
Yes, you
gestures
can.
to the guards behind you and says, "You can show them where the entrance is, right?" And then one
First,
of
can
them
we-
kind of nods.
Can we rest
Yeah,
a day?
I want to
before?
tell the guards. Can we actually take a rest before we go and do this?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Show us the
We
living
need
quarters.
we need fresh people now.
Wait, can we buy food in these living quarters?
No.
We can't buy anything.
They provide the
food.
food.
Rations will be provided. We're
It's free.
Free
We're
food.
not-
it's not gonna be
They're
it's
not
not gonna be like a
savages.
buffalo dinner or anything.
Yeah.
But,
So does he have to stay with us?
Yes, he
In
does.
the
He's
living
part of our
quarters?
party.
No, he has
Nope.
a home here.
Private party.
Nope. He's part of the group.
Private party.
he's gotten his contract. He's gotten paid for it.
You can
What-
tag.
So the guards are gonna let him go
The
away?
guards know he's with
I'm
us.
gonna put my DM hat on for a second and say this though. He is free to go.
Not the guards'
But
eyes.
if you guys go down in the sewers, I wouldn't be like coming back to check on you. It would be like,
Oh,
since 4 of them are going, I'm
oh,
gonna be
I
focusing
have
on
plans.
that.
But as far
It's
as
more
the guards
as they're discussing this to the guards, I walk up and hand each one of them a gold for helping me kill that damn thing,
Damn.
and
Just
then
one gold?
walk out
Okay.
to go meet with my
Just one
other
gold?
2 party
Yeah,
members.
That's how you do
Okay.
it.
Yep.
I go, guards trying to escape.
Well, he's
The guards understand that he's with us, and they were told to watch him. Were they not?
yeah. Until you guys got your commission.
They don't know that. That's some bullshit.
All right. So you're not going to be going with them.
I go meet up with my other 2 party members that I left in the city for this contract.
Okay. Well, there's still time because you guys wanted to go and take a rest, right?
Yes.
Which I
I want to ask each of the guards their names.
The first one doesn't seem like they're particularly interested in providing the name,
I
but
just need your first name. I need your surname. Just the first.
it is a human and his name is Andrew.
Anger. Asshole. I'm gonna put in parentheses asshole next to it.
Next is another human. His name is Mars.
Cool dude in parentheses.
Mars is that M-A?
Then the female tiefling. Her name is Mordai.
More
So,
down.
more that. How are you doing?
I just put a little heart next to
She
it.
looks at you and then bares her teeth and what at first looks like a smile, but then you can tell that it's actually like a little bit of a
I
smile.
put
She's
2
gonna
more
cut.
hearts after it. She has 3 hearts now.
She wrote
So,
that, and then
what are you doing tonight?
She's
I don't care. I'm still shooting.
next, we have 2 half-orcs, are the last 2. One is Fang and one is Tang.
What was the last one?
Fang and Tang. And as you're taking a look at
They're
them,
twins.
you can see that they look very similar to each other.
As they're gonna go twinsies.
Which one are you?
I put their
Fang.
names.
Which one are you?
Tang. Fang. Tang. Fang. Tang. Tang. Fang.
In my notebook, I just put it as Fang Tang. That's one name.
Okay.
Fang Tang.
Alright, so Mordai takes the lead and actually is not the rest of the other 4 are behind you guys still, and she's walking and kind of taking you to the communal general
I
house.
wanna walk up
basically.
and walk next to her. Just walk next to her.
Yeah, she is ignoring you.
The entire walk, like,
What are you doing tonight?
Are you also?
Taking a bath to get the stench of travelers away from me.
I can help with that.
I can take back with you.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
Oh, she's heard of me.
As I smack it.
How
Yeah.
far is this place?
It's just another 30 feet.
As he's talking.
You guys have been walking and talking.
As he's
I was
talking.
talking in character. I was like, how far is this place?
Oh, it's just down the road. It's just a little ways
They
away.
don't, hold on, baby, look at these.
So when you do that,
Oh shit.
that is a thing that could potentially frighten people. So let's go ahead and look up that ability and then find out what everyone has to roll.
D12 saving throw.
It's a charisma saving throw.
Yeah, it's a Christmas saving.
So you basically roll, add your charisma modifier to it.
I got 17.
Get a 5.
Okay.
Shit,
2 of them are under the effect. I was ahead of them,
I have to
and
do one for
I
Torque,
turned
right?
around and
Yes.
noticed.
Yeah, you weren't
this-
even there yet.
Yeah, I
I
just
got- I got
noticed
a
in the distance a bunch of fear happening,
Scream.
so I kind of run over to see what's going on.
Alright.
For Torque, how do I do her saving throw? It goes up from my modifier or whatever her.
She should have her own stats.
She fell under the effect the first time.
It's a -2.
Yeah, for hers. 11. Oh, she's a 9. She's so scared. I just grab her. It's okay.
She was afraid of me, so she'd be afraid of him.
Shut your face. You don't know her life.
She's gone through now.
Alright, so who's frightened?
She.
Jackass,
yeah.
Now I gotta roll for the soldiers real quick. So one of the half-orc,
Fang and Tang.
Tang or Fang?
you can't tell.
Ah.
I just put in
One of them
parentheses. One of them's a bitch.
kind of like gasps and stumbles backward and actually ends up kind of falling on his behind on his butt. The tiefling female also is startled and actually kind of steps away and moves and grabs her sword and pulls it out and like.
I really don't want to do that now.
All right, now the frightened condition for the rest of you. Disadvantage to all attack rolls and ability checks while the source of fear is in sight. So any ability checks that you guys are going to do
In this
are
last
disadvantaged.
Is it specific?
Wait.
Creatures cannot willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
And this
Fine
is
by
for
me,
this
but-
moment? Or is this for
It lasts for a minute, or he can end it as a bonus action. All right, so at that point, she's still kind of holding the sword at you. Now
By this point, I should be running towards with my 2 party members because I heard a commotion, right?
okay.
So I basically run over and see what's going on, and I just see this fucking idiot with wings out. I'm like, God damn it. Much as I tried to hide those, there is another one. And I basically go over to try to calm everyone and calm the situation down with my 2 party.
Persuasion.
I'm ready to hold the teeth and Tang. I got you. Don't worry
We're
about
gonna
it.
get cut.
With one of my wings, I just go like this to her.
It's worse.
You're also
making it
gonna
worse.
I know.
Her hand starts shaking a little bit more.
I like foreplay.
You're both gonna get
21?
21?
Yes.
21?
I had a 19 plus 2.
The townsfolk that were just on the edge of actually being affected by this, like in an actual magical way, they still saw what happened and were kind of freaking out. And you're able to persuade them that everything's fine. It's just
A
someone being
jackass.
macho or whatever, trying to show off. And
It's not a magic thing.
I would say a minute's passed at this point. So the actual frightened condition is no longer applying to anybody,
wonderful.
including the guards, who then step in closer and surround you with spears and swords.
Is this shit
Right.
again?
Does she let go of my hand or does she resist?
Yeah, she lets go.
Damn it. This again?
This
I
is
thought we
strike
got
zone.
over foreplay.
You were told no magic,
It's not magic. It's my physical wings. It's
which
no
you
magic.
hid. You had an opportunity to let us know what was going on.
What? You want me to whip
Duke
my...
Steele's gonna have to hear this.
You
Follow
want-
us.
Great. Can we?
Okay. As I put my wings back away.
I
So-
kind of tap the knight on the shoulder and tell him the wings have to stay hidden or stuff happens to him. It's kind of what happens to his race. He has to eventually expose them every once in a while. It kind of has a negative effect though, sadly.
All right. Fang and Tang, both of them kind of like look at each other, and then one of them leans into the other one and starts whispering something. And the other one, like the whole time looking at you, nods his head. What they end up doing is stepping behind you and poking you in the back with their spears to prod you forward. They're escorting you to jail.
I get my sleep.
So since he's going,
We're
to,
okay.
Can
Can
we,
we
go to
keep
sleep?
going to the thing? Because
We
we
go-
didn't do anything.
Right.
Those,
They were
those
scared,
two are escorting him
And
to
I
jail.
was consoling.
Yeah, they're taking you correct. Yeah. So I mean, the housing was like right there. So I mean, you guys are there. You're
Alright.
shown.
How far
There's,
is the jail
there's a
from
very
the
large, it's a very large building. It's maybe a couple hundred feet long and maybe like 40 feet wide. And it's kind of just stacked with cots, like bunk bed style almost. Like there's 1, 2, and actually a third one. There must be, the room's just filled with them. Only half of the beds are actually taken. Unfortunately, most of them are on the bottom.
You bitches
Most of the beds are on the bottom.
Yeah, most of the beds that are taken.
Oh, top bunk.
So yeah, top bunks and middle bunks are available.
I walk in with them and realize where we are. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be living with these idiots.
Great. How far away is the jail from this place?
It's up near that big, large white building you guys saw from the distance when you crested the hill, which is the Duke's Keep. There's actually a jail underneath of the keep itself, like in the basement area.
Cool.
So there's not any much of talking or anything that takes place. They take you, they escort you, they put you in the jail, and they say, Duke's gonna see you in the morning, and then they walk away.
Should we grab?
Oh, Dookie baby,
Should we grab a quick meal?
come see me.
Hit that.
Alright.
So you guys just kind of, you're saying you're gonna lay down?
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
get
grab some food
I'm
and then
lost.
They
bang.
actually, there's a couple of people kind of going up and down the rows in between, and they're handing out like, you know, basically a little small little sack that's got some dried cheese and some pepperoni in it.
Ooh, nice.
Grab that. Go to the time bunk. Split pepperoni with torque. I have a knockout.
So we all
grab
get our
one.
own portions. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll do the
grab
same.
one. Lay down in the middle bunk.
I sit with my two companions and we discuss what we're gonna do next, and then we just all go to sleep.
Long rest.
Long rest.
Yeah. Okay, long rest time.
Long rest done.
That's the morning.
So it's the morning.
Dookie baby.
And as soon as you guys, you know, kind of, you know, wake up and get, you know, dressed or not dressed or whatever, and you're ready, you kind of step outside. All 5 of the guards are, you know, kind of like in a little bit of a circle, standing there, kind of chit-chatting a little bit. One of them even looks like they're holding a mug with like something kind of steaming coming out of it. And Mordai, as soon as you guys walk out, notices you, and she kind of says something to all the other 4 guards, and then walks over to talk to you.
Just wave it.
Good morning.
Okay, so here is the situation. Your friend was taken to jail.
That's fine.
He's going to have an audience with Duke Steele,
Also fine.
and I'm not sure how else to say this. I hope he puts his best foot forward, because there is a chance he may be expelled from the city.
Also fine. Can we start work?
Can we at least take him on the contract? Like, if he gets
Well, if you want to take him with you, you could maybe come as character witnesses to speak on his behalf.
That will be good.
I'll do that. I'll come on. I'll speak on his behalf. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh.
If he's the only one going, it shouldn't take more than an hour, and then we can come back and show you the entrance to the sewer.
We haven't had breakfast yet.
Well, while they do that, can one of you guys kind of show me around the town and show me where different shops are and where like different
Can't buy
the
it.
schooling's? I just want to at least
You wanna-
peruse and
Yeah.
get a feel for the land.
Or,
Yeah,
or maybe
absolutely.
see if we can find
Who is this week?
their companions.
Go
that
testify
can-
against
No, I'm not testifying.
So, just to get it clear, you're coming to court.
To try and bail you out. I'm gonna go look at the city to get a bearing on,
Yeah,
on the
he's
city
he's
itself.
gonna try to be your character.
Okay,
witness.
okay, cool.
Uh,
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go with him to peruse the city. I do have a question for the DM though, because I know his tracking skills are like arguably the best of our team. Is it affected in the city, like if he tries to track any of the survivors?
Yo, won't
I mean, you can try. I'll be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
You being able to
play
track
hide and seek in the city.
a specific individual that you may or may not know who you're looking for in a city where there's lots of movement, people walking back and forth.
Yeah.
all
Well,
day.
I know we were.
I'm not gonna
using
say
him
it's
to track us
impossible, but
originally.
it's highly improbable.
Okay.
You're welcome to try it
Hey.
once.
Y'all two are gonna play hide and seek.
So, I'm assuming we're just doing this.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
just.
so if
Somebody
you
who-
want, you can go ahead and take that and then flip it upside down.
Oh,
John.
I've done a very
And
horrible drawing of the
it's
city.
fine because what I wanted to mention was, as an outlander, my feature being a wanderer, I have an excellent memory of maps and geography. So once we see the whole city, I can basically memorize it. So come back to anywhere when I'm
Oh,
done.
this is cool.
Okay, so this is really bad.
This is the gate.
This is good.
Does
That's
it
the
so-
gate. That's the gate.
Yeah. Your gates.
Where are we now?
Yeah, there's a few gates, there's
Is
towers.
that the keep?
That's the keep. The square building to the side of it, closer to Osiris, is barracks.
Okay.
That right there, the other squares, H and the other one, which should have had an H on it.
This one.
That one there, yeah. So all 3 of those are manor houses, a lot bigger than some of the other ones that you see, which are the green dots. Like those are just like our small little houses and whatnot.
Cool.
You guys are actually just on the other side of the barracks. We'll say that's where the general housing is kept,
It's like here.
closer to Osiris.
Oh.
Yeah, like in there somewhere. We'll say that the building's in there somewhere. The blue triangles, that's basically Market Row. So that's nothing but shops. Everything from jewelry, apothecaries, armorers, a wilderness master. There's even a part of the city that deals in some
Is this the
questionable stuff.
That's the keep.
That's the keep. That's where the jail is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are a few blacksmiths and weapon masters as well.
Sweet.
I didn't draw it on here, but basically there's like a river. So we'll say this is north, right? So the wood elf thing that we were talking about before is west. And north of the river, which is like right here kind of, is where the farmland basically is. That's
So would this be the entrance that we came in then, or
I would say it's actually over there closer to
This-
the G.
this one? Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
G's are gates, T's are towers.
Gotcha.
Again, this is like really bad.
No, this is cool.
I walk out with my two companions and see that they're all talking with the guards and seeing what they're gonna do. I decide to go to one of the weaponsmiths.
Okay.
And I just motion to him like,
So yeah, at this point, like, you know, we'll consider you like going around and being escorted by the other guards. They're showing you everything in the town.
I also do keep an eye on them.
Okay. So at this point, we're gonna just kind of like do a Star Wars wipe.
Cut to him in the court.
We basically cut to like what you would see in a traditional medieval court. It's not like a modern courthouse. It's basically just a big long bench, or not bench, but a table with one spot that this large human is sitting at, who's wearing chainmail. He's got a lot of gray and a little bit of hair that he has left. He's got some very wrinkly skin, but despite how old he looks, there's just some sort of like authoritative presence like radiating from him. You get the impression that he knows how to defend himself.
Okay.
He's basically sitting back in his chair with his arms crossed looking at Altair.
Do I see him? Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at him right now. Alright, so I'm told that you've been a distraction and disrupting the peace in my city.
Distraction, no.
Well,
Maybe.
the group you came in with
Maybe.
attempted to hide themselves with fog. You were
No.
I'm speaking.
Proceed.
You were given a chance to come into the city to still prove yourselves. You, according to some of my guards, were harassing them. And then in broad daylight, no less, decided to frighten a lot of people by brandishing some wings. So, help me understand the reasoning behind your actions.
Attempting to scare? No. I have to let these babies out every once in a while.
You're telling me that, but how do I believe you? You've already shown twice now that you're not to be trusted.
No. I had nothing to do with the fog.
look
The
how
group
strong
that
they
you
have
came in
interest.
with did.
No. We came in at the same time. Doesn't mean I'm
So-
with the group. You guys bunched us up.
I wish they
Ah,
had some tools.
I believe I am making the determination here, so contradicting me is not going to be in your best interest. Now, I understand you have someone who's come here to speak on your behalf.
Yeah, someone else.
Yes, sir.
All right, you, Altair,
You can address.
Yeah,
remain silent.
I was.
Speak.
So yeah, he's new to the group, but I mean, it is true, he has to pull out his wings from time to time. It's something that his species does have to do. They can't keep it inside of them. Yes, it's his fault that he didn't say it in the beginning, it more than likely just slipped his mind. But he wasn't really trying to frighten anybody, he wasn't really trying to cause any much of a hassle or an issue. He just was doing what he's naturally prone to do, which is just to let his wings out. Now that you know that it exists, he's more than likely going to do it again, but we definitely just want to let you know, moving forward, that we're not trying to intimidate anybody, we're not trying to start a fight with anybody. We strictly came here for rations, we're looking for survivors from the city that we were in, and we're really just trying to keep the peace and really do as best that we can. We accepted your contract to go down to the sewers, and kill this plague of beings.
How many are you? How many of you are going into the sewers?
It's 4 of us. 5. 5, yeah.
Possibly not.
Lord. What did they tell you was down there?
They didn't tell us
They didn't
anything.
tell us specifically what was down there, but we've taken on some pretty strong things before, so we're fairly confident we'd be able to survive. We're a good group of survivalists. Prior to coming out here, we were fighting a troll, we fought a dragon, we fought a hydra. So we kind of just really do well whenever we're fighting.
And I have the admissions notebook from yesterday. It looks like all of you were wanting to apply for citizenship.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie, we need the help. Despite the fact that we have the militia, military, convincing our soldiers to go down there, it's not worked out a few times already.
Right, and then,
Let me finish, please.
certainly.
Sorry.
Look, a blacksmith.
So, in this case, an exception can be made, but I'm going to need more justification from your group that you truly do have the well-being of my citizens so hard. So, you're also going to have to do one of the other contracts in order to gain citizenship.
Okay. I have no problem with that at all.
Yes.
One of the party members of our group is already a citizen of this city.
Okay.
We are not
And he's
here.
still going to help you?
We are
I
not
would be
here.
grateful to this person.
We are not here to do any harm to the city. We're just here to have a good time. Get supplies,
And help.
help out where we can.
You scratch our back and we'll scratch yours.
What kind of back scratching are you doing?
I
Please
need the
don't.
sewer cleaned out and the farmland that we have to the north of here
You got it.
also has a pest problem. I'll say.
Whoa. Time out. What kind of pets? I don't do a lot of kinds of pets.
You're gonna have to. No,
We
you're gonna
unfortunately
have
don't
to.
have any survivors,
We'll send the smallest person in our group for recon.
so we don't have any details to provide.
Okay.
That's why we're gonna
One
send
other
it.
condition,
Son of a bitch.
if you suddenly feel the urge to display your abominable wings again, you will make sure that you are indoors when it happens.
I can agree to that, but that hurt my feelings.
I
He
don't
doesn't
care
care.
at this point.
You, sir, are a monster.
He's gone,
Monster.
and he stands up and then leaves the room.
Super.
Yeah, fresh breath.
Smells like carbs.
It wasn't engineer. That dude was a douche.
Alright, so you were taking a look at which,
We were just walking around everywhere.
Okay.
while they were
And
doing
I'm trailing behind them, but they don't notice.
okay,
How do you know I don't notice? My natural perception is
Too.
good.
So now that I'm out of jail, I'm just chilling. We're going
Alright,
to
so
the
I'm
sewer.
walking.
You guys
Are
are-
we done there, chapter?
Yeah.
now at your point, walking towards,
Are we? So we're in here.
You guys are
sewer
going.
entrance.
Yes, we're walking back, yeah.
We're going to the sewer.
Were you with them, were you?
I
behind them?
was trailing them, and then I see them enter, so
So you're coming along.
I decided to tag along and help them
Yep.
clear this because I heard rumors of what's down.
Are you with your?
Yes, my two companions come with me.
Super.
I
so
really
it's
love
7
it.
of us.
So where you want us?
Yeah, we'll say that the edge right there is like the entrance.
Okay.
Sadly, there's no indicator for me or me.
Just use this as your guide for now.
Flat people for what?
And
Oh, yeah,
he's gonna use Lucas for now.
yeah, that'll work.
I'll just need for
Yeah,
my
we need to
two
get you a minute
companions.
too.
Yeah, I've been looking.
I just thought of one that would have been, yep, anyways, alright, we're good.
So we're exploring.
Someone's got the runs.
Yeah, so what you're hearing is basically like there's the map doesn't really show it, but there's like down the center of each like corridor
In the canal.
is like a small little canal of gray water. First thing you notice is an overwhelming, just pungent smell that obviously reminds you of sewage, but also a little bit of like decaying like vegetation kind of, like it's a weird kind of mixture.
I go to a corner.
And we're without the guards at this point.
Correct, they're basically waiting outside.
Who can't see in the dark?
Everybody here can see in the dark. Everybody here can see in the dark.
All right, good. We'll go without lights.
60 feet, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, even though I've got the whole
I can
map
see
out,
120 feet.
even though I've got the whole map out, fog of war, you guys can only see like down the corridors that you're actually looking.
So like these general areas right here.
Yep, and 60 feet.
I can see farther though. I can see
You have
120.
120.
Yeah, you want to take lead?
I have double. Yeah, I'll take point.
Okay.
You guys want to go right or left? Actually, can I first search for any tracks of any creatures, maybe large that we might get a hint of?
Yes, you can.
Actually, I'm gonna look for blood.
Okay.
That'd be perception check for me or
Investigation.
investigation?
Yeah.
I'm gonna investigate too, but I'm gonna
Mine
since
as well?
it's smell of
Shit,
decay,
I have a
look
minus
for
one.
I have a plus
anything like a decaying corpse or something.
4.
4
2. 15.
and a 15. Okay. What were you looking for?
Blood.
Blood. It's a little hard to make it out. There is an odor of blood, and it kind of seems like there's just small little bits of like blood kind of staining the walls, very small and hard to make out. That look like they go and continue further this way towards me.
So guys, there's blood tracks this way.
And you were rolling for.
Since I smell decay, I'm just gonna roll for like if I see signs of like a body or like body parts or anything like that, like maybe
Oh.
bones or something.
Okay, investigation.
Yeah, and I rolled a 15 plus 4.
Okay, since you're a little bit lower to the ground, you figure, well, let me just kind of dig through, and kind of pushing some of the muck and stuff out of the way, you're able to very quickly come across some bone. And also, like, it looks like some sort of, like, rotten, like, vine or something kind of sticking to the bone. It looks like a leg bone, from what you can tell. Yes.
Fine. Is
So
there?
as they're doing all that, I pick up a bone and I go, "Here, boy, here!" Bang the wall.
As he
That
does
was
that,
big noise.
I'm also going to just move.
You can't really tell if anything reacted or not.
Worth a try.
Can I? I'm gonna do a nature check on the vine.
I'll move back over.
Okay. That's wrapped around the bone.
Yeah.
14
That's
plus
cheating if it bangs
4.
out the pits.
18.
18. So, upon examining that, you can tell that it actually looks like the vine didn't attach itself to the bone after it was a bone. It looks like it looks like it actually happened as a result. So, whatever this vine was a part of or came off of, you can tell that there was like an actual attack that took place.
My companions, I dare say, whatever has attacked these people or creatures, may be using plant-based attacks. It may be a plant, or maybe just using these attacks as plants.
Good thing I have fire.
Keep that handy.
Hey,
It's always
keep up alive.
All right. You want to continue?
Anyone else doing anything?
What happened to the man that was behind us with his 2 little friends?
As we're walking,
You want
because we're
to-
gonna start walking, I'm just singing.
Okay. So are we split?
He split up. He left. He went in the opposite direction of the blood. I am moving towards it. If you don't want to follow me, that's fine. I'm following the
I'm
blood trail.
behind him.
Okay.
So I'm following the blood trail. Jay's right behind me. Are you going with us? Are you going with us? Or are you going in the opposite direction?
I'm gonna walk this way as well, so I'll move over here and I'll have torch statue behind me a bit.
Or what are you doing?
I'll go with the group.
You want to die.
He's got another. Oh wait, they don't fight.
No, because I don't know.
We don't know. Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Can
Last-
thing disguise again.
Last time I went to a person I didn't know, I got thrown into a werewolf.
It was survival of the fittest.
I mean, you survived
I did.
pretty well.
Now you got a trick, a
I
magic trick.
decide to
That can't
look
use.
around the corner and see if I spot anything.
Okay. I think around this way.
Yeah.
Does it seem the direction we're going like the smell's getting stronger?
Um, Yeah, it's actually starting to smell a lot stronger of mold.
Oh, in the direction we're going?
Yes.
13.
13. That's with your modifier.
Yeah.
All right. So you creep up to the corner and go to peek around, and just as you do, you see just a very faint little bit of movement, but it's kind of hard to tell if it was maybe just your eyes adjusting and maybe there was a shadow, or if actually something was moving. You can't really tell.
Roll stealth. 23.
Okay.
So I got some traveler's clothes in my bag. I want to take out one of the pieces of clothes and rip it. Put part of it over Torque's snout, and then part of it over my kind of like a mask.
Okay.
As we're walking, I'm farting the whole time. They can't tell.
You're farting.
Yeah, they can't tell. We're in the sewers.
No matter, I got a mask on now, so thank goodness.
I've been doing this since we came down here.
Lies.
Something I ate in jail since
Me to me.
Okay.
They gave me a bologna sandwich.
I'll start peering ahead with my dark vision, see if I can see any movement or anything kind of further down the hall before I start making my way.
Okay. And perception.
319.
All right. So paired with your extensive range on dark vision, and being able, you've already kind of made your adjustments. You're able to see, again, not color or anything when it comes to dark vision, but you can see shades of gray. You can make out the end of this and see that there's a very large pile of something collected here. Exactly what it shows on the map. It's like some bones, some trinkets. In addition, what you don't see on the map here, you also see what looks like some limbs, some pieces of something organic, but it's a little hard to make out with the distance.
Are they on the floor or
It's all piled up on the floor, yeah.
What do you see?
So there's a cluster of stuff, and it looks like more body parts, but I can't make out too much what it is though. I'll start moving up ahead just to kind of occupy this space.
Okay, let's grab there.
I'm gonna go this way.
He's going this way,
Yeah.
and I am going this way, but around this corner. I'm keeping my distance away from the Acer, but I'm going in the same direction.
I'm gonna go.
Alright, so we're gonna split up and cover more ground.
Hey, if anybody hears anything, go caw.
As we're all at least 20 feet away. Scream this?
Yes.
Alright, so we're
Alright,
split.
so yeah, so we're splitting up.
So, what do you guys want?
I'll keep pushing forward a little bit on my side.
I'm gonna continue going this way, but I am going to run a perception check for what's happening.
Okay.
20.
So you don't see anything directly ahead of you, but you get some sort of sense of something a little bit further ahead in this room. You're not actually seeing anything, but your fighter senses are telling you that there's something in there.
Alright,
You
so
just
we're
can't
gonna
tell what.
run a stealth check. 17 plus stealth,
Missed
which
the
is
box.
plus 4, so 21.
21? Okay.
Alright, so
As far as you're concerned, you're stealth.
alright, so Altier, there seems to be something up there. I can't really quite make out exactly what it is, but you might.
We're not close enough for you to whisper that to me.
I'm not whispering.
Oh, you yelling?
Well, we're not.
He's
We're not.
talking normal voice.
You're not that
We're not that far apart from each
He's
other.
only 20 feet away.
We're 15 feet away from each other.
Alright, so what you were saying?
So yeah, so there's some stuff ahead. I can't really make out exactly what it is, but you may want to be on guard.
So, with that being said, I walk up a little closer to him, and I do a perception check. 12 and 2, 14.
Okay, so you aren't seeing anything either, and you're having a little trouble making out some of the shapes and shadows and whatnot, in the back of this next little room in the corridor.
My back of it. Put me around that bank.
Right here.
No, other side.
Right here.
A little bit closer to right there.
I want to check the ceilings and see if there might be anything kind of lurking above. 8.
Alright, so despite the fact that you were able to look 120 feet down the corridor, for some reason when you go to look at the ceiling, it's all the same shape and tone. It's really hard to make out if there's actually anything up there.
Not a little drop of water falling in his eye.
Get some shit in my eye.
Get some pink eye now.
I'm gonna do a little to Torque and have her kind of come up this way a bit, and kind of come to like here. You just walk me up there. Just I guess I'm gonna have her move up stealthily up to that corner where I just moved it to.
Okay.
Just want to like kind of sneak in, just see if.
Roll for stealth.
What's her stealth? 19.
As far as you're concerned, your stealth.
I'm gonna go stealth. 18, son. Plus,
What's your stuff?
4. 22.
Alright, as far as you're concerned, your stealth.
Oh,
That smile.
that smile said you
Doesn't-
are fucked.
doesn't-
I told you to back away.
That's right.
You didn't want to
That's
listen.
right. This is happening.
Are you doing anything?
This is
For
a
me-
proud moment of instigation right now.
I'm still stealth. I'm gonna more like creep around to like here
I'm gonna flank the opposite end of the
with
corner
them following
where the
and do a
fork is.
perception check.
I'll let him perception check. I'm gonna do a perception check too.
Okay.
17.
Alright.
17 plus 4.
Alright.
Get your good rolls out right
Why
now.
are we
I know.
doing this right now?
Get your good rolls out now.
He's
So
about
when
to
we
go-
get in
that's a
fight,
flag.
you roll
Yeah.
number ones.
So I got 21 there.
And
Alright.
all of those
Blackjack.
sessions we've rolled terrible. This is the
So,
first time we've rolled
we'll describe, you rolled first, right? You got a
Yeah.
17,
Yes.
you said? Okay. So you're obviously inspecting this way, right? Towards
Yes.
this direction towards me?
Like more the whole like area around.
So you're
Just
inspecting this
okay.
area and I
Okay,
inspected
so you're
this
not,
area,
you're just like,
so-
yeah, I'm doing a
Okay.
general scan.
You
so
and I
yeah,
went to
you're not seeing anything out of miss. You also notice that there's a small little pile of bones and some bits of flesh that looks like is covered in a little bit of like, very, very thin vines or shoots of some sort of vegetation, and you're not noticing anything else.
I'm still stealth.
Oh, yes, you. Sorry.
Yeah. The
After
no-
all that smiling,
The forgettable
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Oh, I see where he is.
And you're like right there. Are you looking around the corner, or what are you?
I'm trying to look around this area because I'm assuming the raptor is looking in this
Yeah.
area. So I'm trying to get the other angle.
Okay. And you had a 20 what?
21.
21?
Yes.
You're actually, so you're taking a look as well. You got dark vision, right? 60 feet?
60 feet.
Okay. You're not seeing anything, but oddly you're getting a sense that there's something nearby. It's kind of hard to tell which direction, but you are confident that you guys are not alone down here.
I'm gonna draw both my swords.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna kind of come into this corner past Torque a bit and see if, again, if I can see if there might be anything. Well, actually, I want to get a better look at the pile that I saw before. So
Okay.
I want to see if I can make out more details, and especially with those limbs and other
Yeah.
stuff. So that would be 15.
15? So I mean, you're close enough that you can see now, like, what looked like limbs earlier are exactly that, limbs. You earlier thought it might have been like, like an actual flesh or even like a little bit of fur or something, but you're noticing that in this particular pile, what looked like fur from far away is actually like, again, like these very small spidery type vines that are kind of like, covering everything that was, that had meat on the bones, and anything that doesn't have any meat left is just kind of like bones, and there's a little bit less vegetation and vines on it. You're also getting the same feeling that you guys are definitely not alone in this enclosure.
So I want to be like, I want to get his attention.
Who?
This one's.
Hey, can you move me a little bit closer?
To these guys?
Oh, that booger's still hanging. dude.
Right. Yes, I've been trying to get. It's on the other side too. So
Yeah.
from this port,
It's great.
I'm gonna call him, and I'm gonna light a torch and throw it at him,
Why?
so he can catch it.
No. We haven't done anything to agitate these vines.
Pretty sure if I
This
told you
entire
fuck with
time.
another companion.
So you're lighting a torch
Yeah.
and tossing it to
I'm just helping him see.
to
We
Alistair.
don't need the help. We can
Yeah.
all see.
An underhand toss, I'm guessing.
I'm just tossing it up.
Okay.
so happy I'm not here, you guys.
Well, I mean, there's no need to roll for that. If it's an underhand toss and you're not like trying to hit
I'm not
it.
trying to hit him. I'm just trying to give him more light so he can see better.
Yeah. So
Cause I feel like it's right in front of him, and if he can see,
are you trying to catch it?
Wait, he's doing this from behind my back.
No.
No,
I'm throwing it
he
to
called
you.
to you.
Oh, you're going
Oh.
to him?
Yes.
Motherfucker.
And why every time?
I'm literally going like this. Hey.
Catch.
So it's a torch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bigger than you.
Alright.
I'm not trying to do it to fuck with him. If it's right in front of him.
Are you trying to catch it?
I feel like I don't want to catch this. I feel like I don't want to catch this. I feel like I should just like toss it in the
Follow
other
your
direction. Alright, yeah, you know what?
Dodge it. Just don't catch it. Just dodge it. Watch it.
I mean, he's throwing it in your direction. He didn't say he was
Well,
throwing
he's
it at you.
He's just going to
Yeah, it's an underhand toss.
It's an underhand toss.
But it's a lit torch.
I got it.
Take your 10.
So you're gonna try to like dodge out of the way, you're gonna let it hit the ground, you're gonna try to catch it.
Can I,
Well,
Hold on, hold on, wait a minute.
Can
I just thought about this real quick. Just hypothetically, we're in a sewer, right? What does fertilizer produce? Ain't this flammable?
Oh shit.
It's too late now. You fucking threw it.
No, I just have yet to do it.
He's like, oh wait a minute. Oh no. This is not
You
good.
already lit and threw it. Now he's
No.
Oh, we're sick.
Oh, thank God.
He almost blew you two the fuck up.
Follow it dodge. Good job.
This whole place would have blew up.
If you would have killed Torque.
So,
What? I would have
Bitch,
sold
we
you.
would have all died.
What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna roll out the distance where that thing is, where he tosses. the
It's
torch.
literally right in front of you, and you're on a wall.
You're dropping the torch right here.
No.
No,
He's
you're
tossing it to you.
you're right here. I'm tossing
Yeah.
it to you. Where are you rolling to? Right in
That's what
front
I'm
of
gonna
you.
tell you. No, I'm gonna roll over here, bro.
Okay.
Somersault.
The moment,
Alright, so athletics.
Yeah.
the moment the torch touches the ground, I'm gonna motion Torque, and have her go get the torch and motion her to just run it back toward the beginning of the.
Well, it may not hit the ground. Hang on.
Oh.
What'd you roll?
Oh.
A 9.
11.
11? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was so hoping he
Again, it was an
fire for
underhand.
that.
It was an underhand toss.
I wasn't trying to hit you with it. I
Although-
swear to God, it's right in
Although
front
you
of
are
you.
definitely gun shy, understandably so. You end up very quickly rolling out of the way, and the torch ends up hitting the ground, and Torque
Torque
does.
just goes, grabs that and goes,
Because let's
All
be
right over
honest,
there?
yeah, all the way over there.
everything you've
Okay.
done to me has brought me in.
Drops it.
Okay.
And then
Come back.
I've been bit over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I've had people hate me.
They put
I'm
out the
never
torch.
come back.
Literally,
It's still
watch it.
on the ground. It's still lit.
Yeah, it's lit over in that corner though, and I'm never
Watch
come
it
back
come
and see
right
it.
in front of you, Adon. I swear to God, I was trying to help you out.
For now. That is a light of hope right there.
Alright,
Okay.
so what do we do next?
Alright, so I am going to move over here, and I'm gonna run another perception check to try and get a better area of that.
Okay.
Just a the area.
A better area.
Like,
Boy, cause
Overview
you
of
got that.
I shit you not. It's right here in front of Adon. I shit you not.
I feel like it's gonna
It's
be
such a good view, but you can't see nothing.
so it's an 11 plus my perception, which is a 5, so 16.
You don't notice anything out of the
I swear
ordinary.
to God, you could have used the
Um,
torch to go like this.
You had a very strong feeling earlier of something being in here, and it's not like it's gone away, but it doesn't feel as palpable. It's not as like potent.
So
I want to look up.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna move up just a little bit.
I shit you not. It's right in front of you, Adon. Right.
I want to look up at the ceiling.
Okay.
It's looking.
I
at
feel
you
like
next
when
to
I
you.
rolled, I glanced something, so I'm gonna use a perception.
Okay.
I shit you not. 2. You ain't see shit.
Plus,
You unfortunately got a little bit of mud and stuff in your face when you rolled on the ground, so you're even though you're
No,
wiping
you
it
got
out of your
pink
eyes
in
right
your eye.
now,
You got
you
pink eye
can't
for the
quite
next
see
year.
Alright, where's
your
gray
fault.
water?
clearly.
It's my fault. Nobody told you to roll.
I'm gonna
no, it's supposed to do. The girl had lit torch at me.
I'm gonna move
Nobody
up, and
tells
as I move up, I'm gonna motion for Torque to come to the corner where I was. I'm gonna go. Where were the vines that I saw approximately?
They're on the
All the way over there.
On
Yeah,
the
on the
bones
pile.
in there.
Oh,
yeah.
on the pile. Okay. So as I get closer, I'm just gonna walk all the way up. Fuck it. And I'm gonna just kind of cut one of the vines
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay.
his blade breaks
and
on the vine.
kind of listen for any reaction.
It's you know you don't have any trouble cutting it in the vine. However, right after you do that, you notice that even though they're vines, they're actually kind of moving very slowly enough, fast enough for you to see, but still very slowly, kind of pulling away from where you cut and kind of receding a little bit.
Can I hear if there's any other motion around after I've cut it?
Perception.
13.
It's about to be a fucking spider.
Oh yeah, you don't notice anything.
Oh shit.
Alright.
Hey,
I
with the vines?
You-
with spiders?
You,
never know.
Yeah.
like earlier, felt like there was something in here. And again, it's not like it's going away, but it doesn't. It's not as strong a feeling.
So it's not around you. I shit you not, it's in front of a dog.
Season
All right, what's next?
I take a, being that I've kind of sensed this entire area, I'm just gonna go all the way to about, yeah, there. They're gonna follow behind me. One there, and yeah. And I'm gonna do perception of like that entire top area. 7.
Is what?
It's awesome.
7.
That's
Yeah.
what it means. That's what the model
You're taking a look around and nothing is actually. Oh wait, no, you're checking. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. You don't notice.
Better not
Yeah.
get nothing on a 7.
So I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna walk up right behind Don,
Of course.
and I'm gonna pop my wings.
You're doing.
Right.
You're doing.
Do it
right check.
in next to him.
I'm right behind him.
Well,
Is-
closer,
is-
because it's only 10 feet. Just in
No.
case.
He's in range.
I'm
Is-
in range.
Is
Thorg in range?
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you do it like
Five
out of
feet
range?
closer.
Because if it's next to you, it's affected as well.
So am I.
I don't care. It's attracted to you.
What check?
It's a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
And it's 12.
I'm so happy.
15 for Torque, she ain't scared of shit no more. Yeah!
What about you?
He's
with
good.
Oh, you're
15?
Yeah.
Okay. So, just like before, they pop out. However, everyone's kind of a little used to it at this point. It doesn't seem to
I
affect
wasn't
them.
affecting nothing. I wasn't trying to affect
Well,
them.
it still targets them.
You notice he did by the rolling.
Okay.
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
All right.
What's next?
So I. am
With that being
going
said, I back.
We're back. Awesome. Since I'm not really sensing anything towards this area, I'm gonna start moving this way, but I am gonna run a stealth check. Just because I'm coming up on this corner and I don't specifically know it's there.
Do I roll for being that I see him and just in case he just like randomly vanishes in front of me?
No.
Okay. So I do know he's there.
Yeah, you can see it.
1.
That was a 1.
You
Damn.
don't see shit.
That was stealth.
It's a 6.
You don't see
No, he was
shit.
doing stealth.
Oh, that was a stealth. It's a
Oh,
5.
you're loud as fuck.
No, it's not.
Your shield smacks
It's
me.
not super loud.
You got one.
Enough
Natural
that
one.
Yeah,
something
it's a natural
will
1,
get.
but my modifier brings it to a 6.
Yeah, but a
Natural
natural
one.
one. It's still a
You
natural
suffer the
one.
effects.
It's a natural one.
You trip over a bone.
If my modifier was like.
Are we doing that? Hold on.
It's zero.
Are we
it's
doing
up to
that
him.
where we?
It's up to him.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
If we roll a natural one, you
It's up
suffer
to
the
it.
effects.
No, that's
As
it.
well.
Whatever effects the DM feels gonna happen.
Okay, cool.
I'm actually gonna. I've got it on. I've got like a list of things that I want to do,
Oh, he's prepared.
but I want to.
Yeah, but maybe it's a masochist. You don't know what's like. It's vines.
Very-
Y'all
honestly,
not paying
It's
attention to him. He's going and looking at you.
It's fine. I'm really hard to take down.
Good to know.
You could just be looking at him because he's being cute.
I mean, if it's falling in love with him, I'm cool with it.
No, there's multiple rolls.
All right, you're gonna take 10 damage.
God!
Congratulations.
10
So as soon as
damage?
you step up to the corner, this mass of vines, which you didn't catch earlier, kind of detaches very quickly, quicker than you would think, from the wall right next to you, and kind of drapes onto you. So not only does it do 10 damage, you're also restrained.
Ew.
And restrained, your speed is 0. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
And
Creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Okay.
So you're basically at a disadvantage. on
Yeah,
that
so
side.
you're at 0.
you can't
Speed.
teleport at this point.
You're restrained.
Well, no, I can
not
teleport.
necessarily. It's a different thing. than
Teleport's
movement.
way different than movement.
That's what we're asking.
It's
Is
the
he?
equivalent of you popping your wings out. Like, it's not.
Oh yeah, well we do actually need to roll for initiative.
Son of a bitch.
All of us?
Yeah.
Even me in the corner?
Yeah.
I'm so far away.
Shit.
And I'm not rolling for my two
Shit.
companions, I'm guessing.
No, they take your
No.
initiative.
No, they're not fighting.
5th
Yeah, it's not fair to have
19.
you control extra characters
initiative. Is
until they're needed.
I'm at a
To
14.
walk around though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know I can do that.
7.
7 plus initiative.
I'm at a 14.
5 plus 7. That's 7.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Plus 3.
yeah, that's 11.
What are you talking? Oh, I'm at 8. Whatever. What you do?
Okay, so we've got our order.
Oh, sweet.
House comes up first.
Do I see what's like where's the future or where's that? or-
Yeah, well, it's basically like it's occupying the same square as him. We will use. We'll just use this. So just pretend that's a big mass of lines.
All right. So do I? So I can see that this is happening, or am I just hearing? That it's being
Your
attacked?
dark vision only 60 feet, buddy.
Yeah. No. That. Well, I'm trying to get my idea.
So
of, like,
5, 10,
5,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Oh, you can see.
Yeah, so you can see what happened.
I'm gonna run over there, but
We're talking about like the
I'm trying to think what I can use to.
Just
Oh, I have a crowbar.
Why?
They're vines!
You have monk ability.
Let him play it out.
No, I'm gonna run over there.
What's your
Fair.
speed? What's your speed?
35. I can't run all the way.
No, that was like 50 just
Yeah.
before.
I was
So.
over
That's,
here.
no, you
No,
go
you
one
were
square
one.
the other way. Nope.
And one square that way.
There you go.
Jesus. Okay.
Okay, I know.
Well,
One,
shit.
5,
two,
10,
three,
15,
4,
20,
5,
25,
6, 7.
35.
That's where
You
you are.
Now-
stupid one. Did
You
not
can
have
use your
choice.
action and dash and go an extra 35 feet if you want, but that's your action.
Correct. You
Mm,
can't use all
No.
30 of your monk abilities to take it down.
Alright, so you're done?
yeah.
Alright,
You were so hopeful I was gonna do something else, weren't you?
I'll tie your hair.
Oh, so
I'm not, no, last time
I'm gonna move 30 feet closer.
Okay?
Is there getting close?
Somebody move me 30 feet closer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, one more. There you go.
6.
Trajan,
Oh, they're 5.
what's going on?
I'm covered in vines. And it hurts.
No,
Oh, no. I didn't know that it was like covering me.
Oh, you're just.
I was just being goofy.
You're just.
I mean, does it feel good?
No, it hurts.
I mean, it hurt in a good way?
No, I need your help.
I
I
guess.
need all of your help. Because I'm covered in this.
I'm gonna throw it on Trajan at it.
Did you try to do any like electrical abilities?
It's just a try.
fork.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the vines are like spaghetti.
Wait, what is it made out of?
Metal?
So you're throwing. You're
Not
trying
question.
at the vines that are covering him?
That's what I was about to get at.
Okay.
Am I hurting him as well?
If you get a nat 1, you're probably just gonna pierce
It-
through.
Wait, wouldn't it be based on my armor class as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, his armor class.
He's
would
basically
come
making
into
an
play.
attack against you.
My armor class is 19.
Oh, wait,
You want me to throw my Trajan at it?
You're more than welcome to. It's really hard to do.
Will it
And then
heal?
Just see if it just gets the vine.
As he took 10 damage.
Is it
It's
heal
an
it
automatic
automatic?
damage, but my armor class is 19.
I kind of feel like
No,
that's
no, I'm
him
rolling against
saying,
your armor class.
try, bitch.
Yeah.
Try. That's what I
That's
kind
funny.
of.
No, for
That's what I kind of feel
What
like.
are these rolls
And
tonight?
he,
What is
it's
happening?
like, try, bitch. Try.
You gonna roll?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
real question
Yes.
though. Will he be able to hit it at the ankle?
20.
Yeah.
He's around the corner.
Yeah.
20.
Why? is
20.
this happening?
That's a natural 20.
20.
That's fucking. That's crit.
Why is this happening?
20.
Roll your.
Roll the tape back. It was a natural 20.
How much damage are you doing?
Whatever he rolls
What's your,
now.
what is it for the trident?
He does it again.
It's
You gotta
1d6
fucking-
plus 3.
Okay, so
It's a what?
1d6 plus 3 times 2.
Yep.
And it's also just to get the vines off.
I mean, at worst, it's 18 damage.
You could have just said, don't do it, and have me walk up and rip it off of you.
No, he's already at his max distance. He would have used
Me, I'm literally right next to you.
5.
Roll it.
Plus. Wait, roll again. What?
It's 1d6
No,
plus 3.
crits you just double it.
Ah.
So
So
it's
that's 5
5.
plus 3 is 8.
6,
6 of 16.
60
Yeah.
damage.
Ow. You kind of talked me into that because you said you
I'm
can
not-
try.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. I'm already covered in it.
Good.
That's what she said.
Well, he has a 19 hourglass.
And now
Yeah,
there's a
and
trident
It's a
in it.
natural 20. It's a natural 20.
There is a trident sticking out of this man.
I did my duties.
Did he at least get the vines?
You're the meatball on the spaghetti.
Yes.
Okay, so the vines are now off of him.
So well, no, they're not off of
Oh.
it. It ended up hitting and doing a ton of damage. Like the vines were
What's
like
your
shredded up.
what's your health class now?
They're still strong enough and intact enough to keep him restrained right
Yeah,
now.
he hit
But
me for 10.
they substantially took a lot of damage. Ezio, you're up.
How fucking far am I from him?
After the dark
10, 15, 15 feet away.
No one attacked the vines again. Just wait.
Light
I can
them on
teleport
fire.
out of this. No one
Light
attacked
Wait,
the vines.
teleport has a speed to it, right?
Yeah.
That's why I asked if you could do it, and y'all, teleport is different.
Ignite the lines.
Action.
It's like a spell type. So
It's still a type of movement speed.
Yeah. Because the movement speed is where you can go.
yeah, but he's not physically moving. He's teleporting from one space and reappearing to another. So
It's Misty
technically,
Step.
he's not moving anywhere. The space
It
is.
depends on the description
It's
for it.
Misty
'Cause
Step,
like if he's restrained,
casting
then
time,
you can't
Duration instantaneous.
move away from something. when you're
Briefly
teleporting.
surrounded by silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space. So I'm not physically moving, it's just an instant teleport.
I mean, you can.
But the thing is on you, so
Yeah,
you
well,
teleport
he's
him or
but-
something.
Hold on, no, if you, I was just about to ask you.
You can make him roll for a
It's
chance,
not
I
even
guess,
his
if you
turn
want.
yet, though.
No,
It's
we're
not-
not.
it's
We're
not.
just clarifying.
We're being tacticians. Calm
Yeah,
down,
maybe.
This is-
I would say, yeah,
this is
you
coming.
can teleport, but it's attached to you. It's still.
So it's gonna go with
It's
you.
Follow.
gonna go with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine.
It's like a
Yes.
shower.
Alright, so still no one attacked the vines. I'll
Can
set
I
it
get
on
my
fire.
trident first?
Like
No, you gotta use your trident to set it
All
on
right,
fire.
Ezio.
It's metal, it can conduct the heat.
Judging by what fucking happened, I just hear this man scream
Yes,
and
got them touching.
It's muffled screen.
Don't attack the wood. Don't attack the vines.
Oh, damn,
I
I
just
should have
hear-
read this. I could have had a proficiency bonus attack roll to it.
Shut up.
No, it should already have it on there.
Yeah. it does.
Yeah, he just looked at natural 20. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't attack
I
the
just
vines.
hear this man scream in pain, and I look over around the corner to see a trident now sticking out of him. I'm like,
No, but we.
what happened?
Shouldn't we have done this?
What happened to you? Why is there a trident in you?
Sometimes if you use two hands.
I thought I could take it. Oh wait.
That's what she said.
Let's go.